What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Chopper channel, coming to you with my three favorite prize picks for the conference championship of NFL here going on. NFC, AFC, I'm covering it all here for you. There's a freebie on the board over at Prize Picks for you already. I'm going to cover the other three teams, that's for sure. But hit that like button, subscribe button, and notification bells as we get going. Last two-game slate of the entire NFL season. If you've been grinding out these prize pick slates with me the entire year, just thank you so much for all of your support. I'll, of course, be back for the Super Bowl, just like everybody's going to be making content for the Super Bowl. But if you haven't checked out prize picks yet, now is the time. $100 first match deposit bonus, because there's a lot of props on the board for today, and Super Bowl comes, it's a little bit more efficient. So you want to take advantage right now. Should we just get to the board? I think we shall. That would be great. I said there was a freebie that exists on the board. So Joe Burrow, more than 0.5 passing yards, barring the apocalypse, like the stone cold apocalypse, something like the Luka Doncic getting hurt in the first minute or 3 minutes of that Mavs Suns game the other night. Joe Burrow is going to throw for more than 0.5 passing yards. He just is. You can put up to $25 on this prop in conjunction with another prop, or up to 6 over at Prize Picks, pay out 25x. That seems like fun. So please do take advantage of that. I would strongly recommend it. I don't have another Cincinnati prop right now at the moment. I thought about Samaje Perine over 16.5 passing yards. Let me double check and make sure that that is still there, just in case you're trying to fill out the entire card. It is at 16.5 still. So if I had to do something, I know that seems disgusting, but that would be probably the play I'm looking at from them. All right. Let's start with the NFC. That's coming up here at 3 p.m. Eastern time, noon my time, out here on the West Coast, the best coast. Let's go to rushing yards. And we are going to get it started with my favorite prop on the board for the entire day, other than the Joe Burrow one, of course. More than 44.5 rushing yards for Jalen Hurts. Now, every team playing today knows that it's win and go home. It's been that way for the playoffs, but Philadelphia, they just blitzkrieg popped the New York Giants. Didn't have to fully utilize Jalen Hurts the way that they might have if that game was more competitive. It was not competitive, so there's that. And there's a lot of talk about how good San Francisco is against the run coming into this one, giving up less than 80 yards per game on the season. Ooh, Eric, why would you take a rushing quarterback who's got more than, half of those props attached to it? Well, for one, I feel pretty good about Mailata. Kelsey's just been unbelievable at center. You got Lane Johnson, who is an absolute god on the right side of that offensive line. Goddard back in the mix, good at everything. You have A.J. Brown, who likes to be physical and a good run blocker, wide receiver, good everything. Maybe not targeted as much. But Jalen Hurts, this is a very low number. And I just want to explain that I don't give a shit in any way, shape, or form that you've had San Francisco be good against the quarterback position. They have not played Jalen Hurts, and they did play Justin Fields in week 1, so I will throw that out there. But this was in a monsoon. If you remember the weather in that game, it was atrocious, and they hadn't really unleashed Justin Fields until later in the season. We all know when he became an extremely fantasy viable quarterback, it just turn on like a light switch. They still lost football games. That's why you're looking at them picking first. But Jalen Hurts, 44.5 rushing yards. The man is averaging north of this on the season. So obviously this is rated towards the matchup. 79 rushing yards per game San Francisco is giving up. But look at some of these teams, like rushing quarterback teams that the 49ers have played so far this season. Week 1, Justin Fields, again, it doesn't really count. Seattle, Denver, Rams, Stafford, oh my God, Carolina with nobody. Atlanta, they just hemorrhaged them. It was a wild football game. I can't believe San Francisco lost that game on the road. But just weird spots here. Kyler Murray, probably the best rushing quarterback that they faced, and he got hurt. Week 11? Was it week 11 against them there? I just know San Francisco won 38-10. But either way, they didn't face a whole lot of rushing quarterbacks. So Jalen Hurts goes to the top of the pile with Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields, second half of the season. They didn't face anybody. So the fact that they are 5th in terms of yardage given up per rush to quarterbacks at 3.4 this season means nothing to me. means nothing. Jalen Hurts is going to run amok. He's unleashed. You're trying to win a football game. The spread's close. These two teams are the best teams in the NFC. Give me all of that you got and more in a bag of potato chips, more than 44.5 rushing yards for Jalen Hurts. He's just going to run a lot and be really good at it. All right, let's go to the other side of this one. My Niners pick, Christian McCaffrey. Oh, Eric, more than 56.5 rushing yards for that one too. What? Well, I get it. You have two rushers in the same thing. Like if you're building out a DFS lineup, you don't necessarily always want them in the same lineup. But here's the thing. Both of these numbers are just excruciatingly low to me. I have Jalen Hurts north of 54 rushing yards here in this spot. And Christian McCaffrey, I have north of 62 rushing yards in this spot. He's at 56.5. And this comes down to an opportunity thing. Like if you truly think that they didn't bring in Christian McCaffrey, put him on bubble wrap the last 2 weeks. He played 74% of the snaps against Seattle, 67% of the snaps against Dallas. And now a limited Eli Mitchell, who it sounds like is going to be active for this football game on Sunday. Just want to throw that out there. But Christian McCaffrey is going to see 70% plus of the snaps here, or I feel like they are doing a disservice to their football team. I get it. They want to utilize him in the passing game, do a lot of other things here too. But if you want to take advantage of this Eagles defense that has been sublime, and I do mean sublime, I do care about how good they are against the pass this season because they are very, very good at defending that. Number one in the NFL. Pretty useful if you ask me. Facing Brock Purdy, you probably want to get the run game established. They've been giving up, the Eagles have been 121.4 rushing yards per game, 16th, dead middle of the NFL. That is the weakness. If you saw the Packers game, Aaron Jones and company, like there's just opportunities that you're going to get by firing it up with Christian McCaffrey here. You're giving up 120 yards per game on the ground, and now that all of a sudden you're at 56.5 rushing yards. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. So what are we doing here? I gotta be playing this prop like immediately. I think the opportunity is just too high for Christian McCaffrey in a must-win scenario on the road in Philly. Going to be very difficult to get things going. Now, that being said, Shanahan is going to create passing opportunities, short yardage to Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Christian McCaffrey. Elijah Mitchell is going to probably get worked in a little bit, no doubt about it. He has been for the last couple of weeks. He's a very good runner of the football. But Christian McCaffrey, you brought the man in for a reason. Let him cook. 56.5 rushing yards, too low for me. So yeah, weird to have a rush, fewer opportunities when you have two rushers, but I think they're just low enough numbers and they're big play enough guys that I do think we're looking at a really good spot here combining the two. So that is my NFC championship spot. I'm going to have cards where I'm individually not playing Jalen Hurts, not playing Christian McCaffrey in the same one, just so that I can get some other exposure to other players. I looked at this one for a while. I stared at this one. This one was an interesting one. I like these combinations that they have, but a little bit too efficient for me. All right, let's round it out. My Kansas City play, obviously we have the Cincy play up here. It's the freebie. My last play for you here, and it's a guy I have a storied, checkered history with. MVS, I am going more than 27.5 receiving yards in this one, and this dude has been the thorn in my side all season long. He's absolutely crushed my soul. And fortunately, we started shorting him towards the tail end of last season as his snap rate started to go down. He only played 50% of the snaps last week, but there is a lot of uncertainty surrounding this Kansas City wide receiver core, like there has been all season long. But Kadarius Toney, look at this slide to the left. He has not played more than 30% of snaps for like the last 6 weeks for Kansas City. It is a wild cap that's on him there, supposedly because of the hamstring injury. Maybe he sees a surplus of snaps here, but it seems as though he's just limited to that role. You have Justin Watson, who we don't even know if he's going to be active for this football game. But Cole Hardman, we don't even know if he's going to be active. And if he is, can he play more than 20% of the snaps? I very highly doubt it. This is just an opportunity thing here. And yes, Juju Smith-Schuster, been on the field a lot, 44.5. I thought about this one as well, but the thing with MVS is that you get one play, and you can hit this receiving yardage number immediately. And I know that seems like a strange thing. Oh, well, he doesn't have a 50-50 chance of it. But what I'm saying is that it's a nice feeling to have to know that Travis Kelce, limited in practice all week long, might be dinged up a little bit. Kadarius Toney, there's a cap to the snaps there. I think MVS, you're looking at 50% minimum of the snaps here in this spot. So if he's on the field more than half the time, and it takes one big play to really create something for him, 27.5 when I project him around 33 yards, stands out as one that I want to be bullish on. I want to be taking more on. And I do think both of these teams are going to be chucking it around the yards, Cincinnati and Kansas City. So we're going to the ground game here with Hurts and McCaffrey. Burrow for the freebie along with MVS. Yes, more. I can't believe I'm not shorting this guy. It's been working well the last couple months. But yeah, MVS, I could not have been more wrong about a guy coming into this season with his opportunity and his situation. But alas, we're going to take advantage. One last hurrah on my dude, Marquez, Valdes-Scantling. Please don't hurt me. But there you go. That's the board for today. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of my plays. If there's anything you've got your eye on for this NFC AFC championship weekend, looking forward to some NFL football here. 2 games, gonna be awesome. Don't forget to use promo code Stokastic to sign up. Get that $100 first match deposit bonus when you sign up over there right now in the link below. Alrighty, y'all. I'm out of here. I'll be back for the Super Bowl in 2 weeks. Until then, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the NFL streets on Sunday.